I was the third of three girls. My dad passed away a month before I turned 6. My mom never remarried. She raised us three girls on our own. We were raised in New York City in the Bronx. So education was not valued so much in our home. My mother was really good about making sure that we did our homework and that we went to school every day. She, attended field trips, so she was involved in the school. And so when I came home and I said, hey, I'm dropping out of school, her next question was, well, what are you going to do instead? Because I won't allow you to stay home and sleep all day long. And so I said, well, I'm gonna get a job, and she was okay with that. There was a company that picked me up to file for them. So I literally filed 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So I just kind of got this huge bookkeeping set of skills just on the job. After being here about 10 years, I realized that I was just miserable in accounting. I was growing in my own self and just maturing as a person and learning myself in a different way and realizing that I did not enjoy sitting in a cubicle all day long. I enjoyed interacting with young people. Education just became such a huge theme, and it was so important to me, especially when I went back to school myself. So I enrolled in college and I got my associate's degree and then started working on my bachelor's degree. And so I realized how important education became to me. So at that point, I was halfway through my bachelor's in accounting. And so I had to kind of shift gears and decide I was going to go into teaching, and that was not highly supported by my family. And so my husband just felt that a CPA as a wife was going to make a lot more money than a teacher. And so he just wasn't very supportive on that at all, and just kind of was like, no, you should probably finish your degree in accounting. But I just knew that I was miserable. So it took me about 2 years to work up the courage to kind of shift gears. And so I wound up graduating with a degree in applied arts and science. And at that point, I began my search for a certification program. So when I found iteach, I was able to get certified through them. And they were kind of what bridged the gap for me to be able to still, achieve the goal of teaching without having that teaching degree. And I started their program, I want to say maybe August, and worked their program. And that following March, I interviewed for my first position, and they hired me, and I began that following August. I taught the entire first year, and it was right after the last day of school. My husband pulled me aside and he said, I owe you an apology. And I was like, well, what for? And he said, in our 15 years of marriage, I have never seen you happier. And if I knew that teaching was going to make you this happy, I would have encouraged you to do this a long time ago. And he was like, I am so sorry that I didn't support this. Like, you're so happy. I'm glad you're doing this. So he was finally able to see that there was even a dynamic shift in just me as a person. I am Mrs. Garcia Allen, and I teach career and technology.